Okay, so I'm here with Callum the Butcher, who's going to be fighting on PFL tomorrow. I want to say he's the first fighter from Northern Ireland to fight on PFL. He's going to be
And the
fighting
first amateur
first amateur, sorry, and first amateur.
of
And he's going to be fighting obviously young Nate Kelly, which we've seen in the build up to it. So I want to thank you so much for your time. How are you? And how
the
does it
race.
feel to be fighting on a show like to PFL?
Feels great. First, like you said, first fighter from my country, first fighter, amateur fighter in PFL. Definitely PFL Europe, it said. I'm not sure if it's PFL altogether. So even win or lose, that's still making history. So great. It's a great feeling.
Yeah, and I see you're in a hotel there. You're in a lovely hotel. This is a lot different than what you would be used to for obviously the regional shows. How does it
Oh
feel
yeah.
to have all these extras and stuff like that? For I know it's obviously nice, but at the end of the day, it's going to be the same kind of business once you go in. But how's it nice to have
Oh
the little
yeah.
bit of extras that gives you
Oh
kind of a look into the future?
oh yeah. This is amazing. Getting got like I said, put up in a I think it's a 4-star hotel. And then at the bottom of the floor, there's like a 30-foot pool, steam room, sauna, jacuzzi, full gym. I've got my own workout room with like the whole corner workout room. And then I've got, if I need something, I've got a concierge that looks after me as well. And I
Oh,
get fight gear, gloves, everything. Bus will be I'll get transport to and back from the arena. I'm getting looked after like a king.
wow. So you're feeling on top of the world right now. Talk
Oh
to us
yeah.
about when you found out about this opportunity, because obviously it's only yourself and Nate. So that's two people out of the hundreds, maybe even thousands of amateurs we have that are active right
Uh,
now. Tell us how that came about and your initial emotions when you actually realized PFL were interested, that this might be something that was happening. What was going through your mind?
So when I found out was Andy told me a day or two before. So I think I found out on a Thursday. Andy got an email on a Tuesday. Looked at the email. I was drinking a cup of tea or coffee and spat it out pretty much because he couldn't believe it. And then so that was the Tuesday. Then he told Arno, and he was about to see him. He just nearly had a minor panic attack because it was like, whoa. And then Andy texted me or was telling me on Tuesday night, we'll have something maybe in the works, so something unbelievable. So I just need to confirm it, sort of thing. And then Andy and Arno told me on the Thursday, and then I nearly fainted because I thought they were joking.
Once you got over that initial fainting stage and you realized it wasn't a joke, this was an opportunity that was obviously there were still many obstacles in the way, and there still is obviously a
Oh
job
yeah,
to make and wait. But there was a lot of time, there was a lot in between it. But once you realized this potentially was going to happen, you got over the fainting stage. Did it really hit you then, or is it really only hitting you now?
well it's only really hit me now, but Arno says don't let it really hit you because at the end of the day, it's just another fight. It's just me and him in there at the end of the day.
Yeah, because with all this, the hotels, the extras, the this, that, and the other, at the end of the day, you still have to go into the cage, and it's still like you are on one of the shows, one of the regional shows.
Yeah.
I'm presuming the cage is going to be a lot bigger, but it's just going to be
Oh
like
yeah.
you in there. You probably everything's going to fade away like you do in a fight, and
Yeah.
then you go in. But I'm delighted that you've got this opportunity. I've met you in person. I've seen you fight in
Oh
person. You're
yeah.
a lad. You're someone that I followed obviously through hybrid. So talk to us about hybrid, your coaches Arno and Andy and all the guys there, and what they mean to you, because obviously Fit to Fight was just on there recently, a fantastic show. Talk to us about your team, what they mean to you, and how they've helped you prepare for this fight.
Oh yeah. So like Andy and Arno are both. Andy has been two-time world champion, like three-time British and one or two times Irish, and he's been over the world. Andy has fought what's his name? Uh, the guy who fought Demetrius Johnson, who went the distance with Demetrius. Andy went the distance with him. That's how high up he is. And then Arno, one of the best S&Cs in Ireland. one of the best coaching. He's a good corner, one of the best. So just having those two there in my corner on Friday night is going to be amazing. And then the gym just means everything because they're just some of the nicest people you'll meet. And then if I was feeling a bit down, they just text you and make you feel a bit better. If they need anything, they're there for you. The same, if they need anything, I'm there for them. It's like they're just some of the nicest people you'll meet. And then some of them are coming down on Friday to see my fight. That just makes it even better.
Yeah, that's savage. Hopefully they availed of the €10 tickets when they were going as well. Because I seen that through up on my page and they quite a few sold through. But
Are you coming?
I am. I've got tickets, yeah. I'm going, I have my
Just
tickets.
text me and then I'll find you in the crowd after.
Perfect. I'm gonna be going with Jess, the cut lady. So it's gonna be me
Oh
and
yeah,
her. So we're gonna be going because like that. I said I seen the tickets for 10 each. I went, I can't be. I was gonna buy tickets anyways, but I was gonna wait till closer to the time because I
fair
wasn't
enough.
gonna go or whatever. And then when I seen them, I said,
Hmm.
look, surely I can buy the ticket and I could just give it to someone. So yeah, it's gonna be good. How long ago did you start fighting, and why did you start fighting? While we're on the topic of your gym,
Oh yeah. Um, I started. I was actually on a beginner course about in May 2021, and there was like 30 of us on it. Now it's only me as fights, and now I'm on the PFL, and then that's just amazing. And then why I started, I always wanted to do something. Growing up, but my mum or dad wouldn't let me. But then I seen the gym opened up and wanted to do it, and I was an adult, so I just decided to start training just for the fun. And then I'm here now.
and yeah, it's brought you quite a way. Like you said, PFL. You've had a couple of amateur fights. You've been on Fit to Fight. Okay, Clan Wars was it Clan Wars or Cage Conflict, or have you?
Clan Wars, I had a novice fight in Clan Wars, and then I fought in Cage Conflict twice.
Yeah, Cage Conflict, which is a crazy, crazy, mad atmosphere show. But
Yeah.
you've done that. When you done the beginners course, did you think, okay, well, I'm gonna compete after this? Or was like you said, you do it for fun and then just get the taste?
Oh, I always wanted to compete. It was just like one of the people in the gym, my friend Nathan said, because he would normally do reception desk back there, and he told a couple of us, stop asking to fight. They'll be told when you want to, they're told, you'll be told when you're ready to fight, and they'll just come up to you and say, do you want to fight? So I just did that, just stuck my head down, and then about the February or start of March the following year, so 2022. I think it was March. I had my first boxing fight on Reese McKee's show, the Fight Project. I lost, but the guy, it was a lovely guy. The guy was probably half a foot taller and about 8 kg bigger, and I went the distance, so it was an experience. And then the next time I was on a show, I was also boxing, and then I won that one, so I was happy.
Cool,
So
cool.
that's the two.
It's good. It hasn't been a long journey, but you've got quite a lot packed into it so far, and there's so much more going forward
Yeah.
as well.
This will be my seventh MMA fight. My I've had seven MMA fights. This on Friday here it'll be my seventh. I've had two boxing and one kickboxing fight, all in the space of since last March.
Wow.
This will be my I've had 6 fights this year. I've only been amateur since April.
Wow. That's unbelievable. Like, if anyone was ever on the fence about joining MMA, what would you say to that person? Because obviously, look at what you've done in such a short space of time.
Oh
You got
yeah,
the EFL. Obviously, that's not going to happen to everyone. But
no.
what has you taught it through your journey, not just from a fighting perspective, but kind of from a personal perspective? Did it help with different aspects of your life, whether it be confidence
Oh
or
yeah.
other factors? So if I came to you and I said, right, I want to join, what have you found along your journey that might convince
Just
you to join?
just the confidence you get, and then the feeling of just I haven't even noticed until like recently, until I actually started fighting, like my last fight there or the one before that. Just I don't feel tired. And then if I'm doing something with my friends outside of the gym, like doing a sport or kicking a football about, like they're getting tired and I'm just like, how are you tired? I'm not even broken a sweat yet. Like just your fitness goes through the roof. And then my confidence is just a hundred times better because I know if something happens, I can defend myself,
Yeah, no, it is.
which you wouldn't think. Like I don't look that intimidating. I'm only like I'm tiny, but if some bigger person that doesn't know how to fight, I could just one punch and he's on the floor because he doesn't know how to take a punch,
Yeah,
stuff
no,
like that.
I like that. Sorry, go ahead.
Because my kickboxing fight, I didn't win it, but I took a clean head kick to the head and I was like, ow, but it was like I was completely conscious. I was like, but the guy was 6 foot. I was like, I want to fight again pretty soon, so I was like, I just called it off. So, but I can take a shot. My corner, Andy and Aura said I'm durable. So
Yeah,
yeah.
if you were fighting someone 6 foot, right,
Mm.
and then your height, what was the weight category there, and were you the same weight?
Yeah, well, it was 62 kg. So apparently it was day before weigh-in, so he could have been like 67 for all I know. But apparently he walks about at 62, which I don't know. But I fight at 57, so that's me walking around. So he could have been a lot bigger for all I know. But
Yeah, okay.
he was very skinny, just tall.
Okay, okay. So we're gonna move on, obviously,
Yeah,
to you've got you've got the weigh in tomorrow, then you've got the fight Friday. How's the weigh in process going? Like you said, you kind of walk around near your weight, so I wouldn't assume there's much.
yeah.
Obviously, your opponent, have you obviously would you have studied them much, or would that be more kind of your coach's job and they kind of fill you in what to do?
Yeah, my coaches, Andy and Arno. Arno is one of the best of just loves watching fights and then breaks it down and then studies the opponent. And Andy as well, but Arno has just told me what to do. He's coming up with the plan and basically just for my game plan. I don't really care. I've seen maybe 30 seconds of his fights. That's it. I don't really care. It doesn't really matter. I just do what I'm told. Like Andy and Arno tell me when I fight, it's like a video game. They just tell me to do something and I try and do it and then goes from there. But it's
I
like
don't
they
know.
love it because I'm a wee video game.
Yeah, so basically, if you just follow their instructions and they can see what's going on, if you follow them correctly and to the way they ask, then that's obviously
Hmm.
the route to victory. Like it's going to be hard to beat you then because they can see things you can't see.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on your opponent, really? Because he's someone that's kind of known for a while. He's got a bit of presence online. Obviously, he's famous for the press conference a couple of years ago. Have you done your face off today? How was the interaction with him?
It was okay. It was like I went Arno told me he was like taller. So when I seen him yesterday, I was like I was going about to look up and then he's the same height as me basically, so that's even better. So I'm not looking up to the ceiling. He's like maybe an inch taller if even. So Arno, next time make sure he's to the right height.
um, After obviously you're going to get this out of the way. This will be your last fight of the year. What's your plans for next year? Are you planning to stay? Do you have anything planned out at the minute, or are you going to take this fight as it comes and then just try and stay active next year?
Take a I'm a fighter. I'll fight anytime, any place, anywhere. Andy and Arno just have to tell me time and location and I'll be there. So like I want to be the most active fighter I can be. I can fight every weekend if I really want to. Like I don't mind. I'll fight at any time, any place.
It's you could actually do that with the amount of shows coming up once they start going again with the amount of shows we have. How does that make you feel as a competitor, as an amateur fighter? Actually, the amount of shows that we currently do have, whether it be in Northern Ireland or the Republic of Ireland, there's I want to say
Mm-hmm.
7 to 8, 7 to 10 shows potentially.
Mm-hmm.
And then a lot of them run 2, 3, 4 times a year. Even how does it feel for you knowing
Oh
that
no.
that many options?
Uh, it's amazing. And also it's amazing now because I'm on the PFL. That gets me out there, known, and then hopefully when I win on Friday night, that will skyrocket me. Is like because I've only been at this 3 years, and I think Nate's been at this for like 14, 15 years. And if I beat him, I've only been training 3 years, and I just beat the future Conor McGregor. Like that's what they're trying to hype him up as, which I don't care. He's just an opponent at the end of the day for me.
Yeah, I like that. He is an opponent, and he has to get there and fight you the same way you have to get in there and fight him. And whoever has the best game plan on the night and whoever's more prepared, will obviously come out victorious. But it's a great platform for both of you to be on this
Hmm.
show. I can't wait to go. I can't wait to see it. I'm gonna go and drink and have fun at a show for the first time in it. Well, I did it kind of at Fit to Fight. I had
Uh-huh.
one or two, but I probably might go a bit more out on this one. But is there anything you want to
Make
say?
sure you have a beer for me.
I will. I don't know what. I'll see when your fight is over. I'll see if I can meet you and have one waiting for you.
Happy days.
I'm gonna let you go. But is there anything you want to say before you go, or anyone you want to shout out before you go?
Just shout out. You know Norman Park? He is my friend, and he comes down to the gym sometimes. He's actually fighting on Saturday, so let's give a wee shout out to him. He's fighting in Poland on Fame for just because he's in it. He's just because he's crazy, and he fights like the super fights basically against the Polish guys. So yeah, and then just Norman, and then all my team, just Andy Arno, and my friend Sam's also coming down to help corner me. So he'll be doing that, and then the social media stuff, and then just all the rest of my coaches, Connor and Hill, and then all the rest of my team, the ones that are coming down and not coming down. Basically, that's everybody really. Just my team are the best,
Someone's
and
gonna be
then
like, "Oh, you forgot me." You know there is, but you can't
uh,
sit here naming everybody.
and then
Uh,
probably Dan Hardy as well because I don't know what he does for the PFL Europe, but he's probably had the okay me to fight. So just for him to let me fight, so just thank him.
yeah,
So
I think
he's
some of the matchmaking actually goes through him.
so yeah. I just can't wait to see his face if I win on Friday.
I can't wait to see the fight. I'm glad you actually brought up Norman Park because he is someone who goes so under the radar in this country. For the record he has, I want to say he was
Oh yeah,
5-3-1 in the UFC alone. He had wars with Gamrot, who is now in the UFC. He had them in KSW. Obviously, he came up on the short end of them sometimes, or on the short end of the fights. But they're iconic fights in the KSW thing, and I just don't think he gets.
Gamrot Gamrot was the backup fighter for Volkanovski and Islam,
Yeah,
and he fought him, and one of them was a no contest. He was winning that fight, and then there was a doctor stoppage, which I'm pretty sure he was winning. He's nearly had 50 fights. He won the Ultimate Fighter. No one talks about that. And he beat the guy who is the PFL featherweight champion, Brendan. What's his name?
Lochran.
You know who I mean? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. He beat him 10 years ago. He was in the UFC before McGregor, but then he's just not as famous as McGregor, so he didn't get to stay in. But he's literally fought also T-Bone, which was Khabib's hardest fight, went the distance with him. So just him. He's also shown me a couple tips, so that's nice of him. So hopefully that helps for Friday night.
yeah,
So
100%.
yeah.
Like you said, I think he's so. I don't want to say underrated. I want to say overlooked. Like you said, all the people he's
Oh
fought.
yeah, he's overlooked.
5-3-1 in the UFC, I believe. All those wars, like you said, all these people that he's fought that have gone on become champions, potential stand-ins for fights if they fell out. So I think he needs to be given his due. So I'm glad you kind of brought him up. I want to say congratulations on what's going to happen this Friday. Hopefully you get the win. I wish you the best of luck.
Thank
And you
you.
look like you're just about to say something there.
No, I was just gonna say so. And oh, sorry, Norman Trins is my coach's teammate, and also Reese McKee is my coach's teammate. Norman won in the free arena and get interviewed by Dan Hardy. Reese won the Cage Warriors welterweight title, defended it, won it, Dan Hardy interviewed him. So I think Dan Hardy's going to interview me when I win on Friday night. So that would just be amazing. So just
Imagine.
that's something I have in my head.
That's manifestation right there, I believe. I hope it comes true for you, and I wish you the best of the luck on Friday. And I can't wait. Win, lose, or draw, I'm gonna be there to see you in person. Okay.
I'll see you after. Yeah, no worries. I'll
Perfect. I'll
take
have
it
that
easy.
beer as well.
Oh yeah. I'll see you Friday night then.
Perfect. Thank
All
you
the
so
best.
much.